Garage, Green Hills. Ayan po tayo mga kaibigan.
Mhm.
Finally, tayo po ay naka-broadcast na.
Mhm.
Diyos ko Lord.
Grabing
Hindi ko,
technical difficulties.
parang parang hindi nila tayo
Next
gusto.
time na on
Sa
location
totoo lang.
siguro,
Yung on location natin.
daling ko na lang din yung gear ko. Nag-iinerte.
Di ko talaga
Oo nga eh.
maintindihan yung tech difficult.
Oo nga eh.
Tingnan natin. Teka, check ko
Sige, sige.
kung naka-live tayo. Naka-live ba kami? Naka-live ba kami? Tingnan nyo nga mga
Sa YouTube mo lumabas. Pero
Ayan.
question, sa mga nakatutok na yun, are you hearing anything weird in the
Ayan
background?
naririnig nyo ba kami? Malinaw ba yung audio? So, paki ano po? What's up, Moy? Moy,
What
check
is
mo nga
up?
Moy.
Hello,
Okay ba yung
Moy.
audio namin? Okay ba yung audio namin?
Do you hear anything
What's
weird
up,
sa audio
Earl?
namin?
John Che Baltasar. Yes,
Ay,
naka-live kayo. Ayan po mga kaibigan, maraming
ayun.
salamat po
Hello.
sa inyong patience
Oh,
dahil first
nothing,
on
yes,
live.
malinaw,
First,
nothing weird.
ayan.
Good. Okay na
'Di
to.
ba? First live namin.
Oh,
Nakikita niyo naman yung background namin. Yan
ano?
mga helmet at mga
Hindi
nandito po
makita
kami
eh.
sa loob ng Dojo Garage MC Cycles sa
Yes.
Green Hills. So this is the first
Mhm.
na on-site na
Mhm.
live ni Combat Sports
Mhm.
Weekly, 'di ba?
As you can see,
Malabo yung
sponsored.
video. Malabo yung video. Pero
Ah.
lag yung video. Hindi.
Oh.
Internet problem na
Oh.
po yan. Internet problem na yan. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are
Mhm.
live and face-to-face here inside MC Cycles here in Green Hills, San Juan. So if
Mhm.
you're in the area, please say hi. We are live on Coach Franco Rulloda Facebook,
Mhm.
Coach Franco Rulloda YouTube, and we are also live on URCC Facebook and
Yep.
URCC YouTube channel.
Finally.
Diba? So make sure that you follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Mhm.
Everybody, maraming salamat po for tuning in. Medyo nakita
Medyo,
natin yung mga challenges ng on-site broadcast.
yes.
Nakakatuwa
Ah,
nakakainis na nakakatuwa pero kahit papaano.
mas
Ayun
okay
basta.
daw sa YouTube. So,
Charlie Suarez with top rank and
what?
teka lang. Pag-uusapan natin
Okay.
'yan okay. Everybody, tulungan niyo
Mhm.
po kami.
Yes.
Admin work muna tayo. Let's
Mhm.
share this live
Share
broadcast,
muna.
please. Share natin to
Yung
para
nasa
maraming...
URCC page, nasa Coach Franco Rulloda page, nasa YouTube, kahit saan pa yan, please share it para hindi na tayo masyado mahirapan.
paki-share po ang ating i-share muna natin.
And, yun nga, I mean, stars would help us improve this.
Okay, so if you're over on Facebook, please
Mhm.
send us your stars. If you're on YouTube, please send us your super chats and your super likes.
Yes.
Diba? Kitang-kita nyo naman mga kaibigan. Kita nyo naman, diba? Upgrade tayo dito.
Oo.
On-site tayo. On-site.
And, apat nga ba? Apat na channels ang
Oo,
ating,
apat na platforms po
apat na
tayo ngayon.
platforms.
So it's Coach Franco Rulloda on Facebook, Coach Franco Rulloda on YouTube, and
Mhm.
URCC page on Facebook and
Yes, sir.
URCC page on YouTube. Facebook and YouTube. Ayan. Share lang po muna natin. Para
Admin
naman,
work.
'di ba, yung mga tao po na
Wherever you're
nanonood,
watching, pwede naman i-share yun.
'di ba? Para natin. So we would like to thank Dojo Garage and MC
Yes.
Cycles for sponsoring this episode. Maraming salamat po for making sure that you are part of the entire growth of the Combat Sports community. Coach MC Bartolome, maraming salamat po. Okay? Yan kay Coach
Ayan.
Bart Bartolome.
Mhm.
Sinasamahan po kami dito. Refreshing to... yes. Yan. Refreshing to see you all in a different location. Tsaka first time na kita yung magkatabi kami ni JC ngayon. Okay? Bihira to. So, thank you so much to MC
Meron
Cycles.
kami pinag-uusapan na goal na gagawin namin.
Oo.
Hopefully, in the near future, we can make that possible. Yung mobile recording studio na.
Diba? So at least kahit papaano po, yan, yung mga
Combat
gustong
Sports Weekly.
yung mga gustong mag on-site na Combat Sports Weekly episode, we can definitely bring this to your shop, to your may mga nag-message na rin sa amin na gusto nilang gawin yung broadcast sa lugar nila. Sabi ko, sige, pag-usapan natin. We can definitely do this. Pero syempre, we can't say no to MC Cycles and Dojo Garage kasi talagang they're really part of helping the community, and sabi nga nila, oy, we like what you're doing for the community, so please do an episode here. So makikita niyo yung background namin, yan yung mga helmet nila. Okay, this is a collection of motorcycle gear. So meron pa sila sa paligid.
Namin sa inyo dito, may Vespas, may
'di ba? Tas dito po, yeah, I'm
Expressway.
seeing, nakita ko BMW. Hindi ako magaling sa
Oh.
motor pero I'm seeing
May
a BM.
touring bikes, may scramblers, may scooters na Vespas, and yung at I think some of these are expressway legal na mga scooters.
Lalaki
Solid.
nito eh. Ito,
Oo.
yan. So, there's a BMW R1250.
Yes. That's a
Then,
touring
I'm seeing
bike.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Vespas in front of
Mhm.
me. Merong 5 Vespas. So, it's a yellow,
Sexy-looking
lime
Vespas.
green, white,
Yep.
green, lasal green, and a
Mhm.
dark green na Vespa. And then, there's an X-Town in front of me. Hindi ko alam to eh. Mas magaling si
Yeah.
JC sa akin dito eh.
X-Town 300cc, malakas sa scooter yan. Pag hindi kayo sanay sa ganyang alakas, lilipad kayo.
Live touring bike yan, BMW. Tama,
Ah.
tama. Live selling ng motorcycle helmet. Oo, teka lang
Gusto
teka lang.
nyo
Tingnan
ba?
mo, buksan natin to. Tingnan, kumuha tayo ng isang helmet dito. Mahal yung helmet dito eh. So,
Bell yan.
tingnan natin. Bell. Ayan,
Ah.
nakita nyo naman. Kita nyo
Click
naman.
nyo lang yung
Di ba?
yung yellow
Diba?
basket.
Kita naman. Kita nyo, yellow.
Ay, sa TikTok.
Di ako magaling.
Sa'yo.
Wala masyadong sa motor pero nakikita ko, napakaganda.
Ah.
Okay, napakaganda ng quality ng mga gamit dito.
Magkakaiba kami ng
Mamahalin pero maganda. Okay, mamahalin mo.
Dito nyo rin
Ah.
mapapansin sa Tito sa Fighting, magkakaiba kami ng trip na modes of transport.
Oo.
Si Coach Franco, he's a truck guy. Ako gusto ko rin ng truck, pero sa ngayon, mahilig din talaga ako sa motorcycle.
Oo.
Saktong-sakto nga itong location namin eh. I mean,
Yeah, may huhugutin pa ako isa dito. Ito hindi ko alam to eh. Tingnan nyo, meron silang,
oo nga.
hindi ko alam pero ewan ko, napaka-pogi mo siguro sa
Oo.
kalsada. Ito siguro yung mga pag ito yung suot mo, hindi ka i-checkpoint.
May padded jacket.
Padded jacket.
Pogi nga yung jacket na yun.
Diba?
Para bagay sa
Napaka-pogi
akin.
po ng mga gamit dito.
Oo.
Sa totoo lang. Okay. Parang di ba, kung if you can't perform Japorms, ito yon. You go to MC Cycles here sa
Pero,
Green Hills.
Kailangan lang medyo maganda-ganda yung mga motor nyo. Maganda yung
Oo,
jacket nyo.
di ba?
Tsaka
Magandang gabi. Magandang gabi sa inyo.
Yes,
Ayan.
good evening.
Ayun, dami na. Magandang
Ah?
gabi. Rod, Jake, Espanya. What's up, Ernest? We have work tomorrow, Ernest.
Oo nga.
Di ba?
Magkikita-kita na ulit tayo bukas, mga ka-row 4.
Ayan, yung mga row 4. Ay, mga ka-row 4 po natin. Ayan.
May isa nagtatanong kanina tungkol kay Kabakal. I believe he is doing live.
Hindi, may magla-live pa rin yan. Di natin,
I'm not sure.
ang tawag dito, ano naman yan eh, may sariling iba't ibang facets na kasi si URCC, di ba? So you have URCC MMA, you got URCC slap battle, you got URCC bare knuckle boxing, and then you got the URCC vloggers. So at least different. Doon nyo rin nakikita yung diversification ni URCC. At doon din natin, yung mga tanong nyo about URCC, itanong nyo mamaya dahil meron tayong special guest mamaya. Okay, yan ang natin.
And,
yan ang ating...
Isipin nyo, coming towards the event bukas, ang dami-dami pa rin nangyayari.
Oo, di ba?
Dami-dami pa rin balita sa combat sports scene natin ngayon.
Teka lang, meron tayong Gents, your thoughts on Charlie Suarez signing with Top Rank and booking a fight in Oklahoma in August? That is amazing. That's amazing news. Okay. I want nothing more but the best for Charlie Suarez, and it's good that he got signed with Top Rank Promotions, and at the same time may kalaban kagad siya August, 'di ba? May laban kagad siya sa August. Yun yung kailangan natin.
Oo, and I mean, yung career kasi ni Charlie Suarez is parang it's now or never na rin eh. Medyo hindi na bumabata si Charlie, and we all know he started a bit late sa pros kasi nga he took his time sa amateurs kasi naman napaka-decorated amateur din ni Charlie Suarez. Ngayon, his move, itong signing with Top Rank is very interesting. I believe this is mainly because nakikitaan ng potential ng Top Rank si Charlie to become someday become one of the Pinoy boxing greats din. I mean, ngayon pa lang naman, grabe na yung
grabe. Ako, idol ko yan si Charlie. Hindi dahil sa kaibigan ko si Charlie Suarez, pero idol ko yan si Charlie Suarez. Okay, shout out. Okay, Harvey Ilianan, shout out from Beyond Kick. From Beyond Kick, next K1 event, we'll have Akira Jr. at K1 Pinoy. Okay, Pinoy will fight. Might be a title elimination match for K1 Cruiserweight belt. So, yan po tayo mga kaibigan. Okay, teka lang, habang iniintay natin ang ating guest, mga kaibigan, sa totoo lang, yung mga parinigan sa Facebook, hindi pa po tayo tapos. Hindi pa tapos ang Facebook beef. apparently, approaching URCC 86 tomorrow. Hindi ko alam kung ano bang ano diyan. Bakit ba nag-aaway si Bernard Soriano tsaka si
Parang
si
may pagka
Rolando din na naman?
may
Anong
angle pa
meron?
na FO.
'Di ba?
Well, medyo nasubaybayan natin ang nangyari na saga on social media about this. Kasi, well, this kind of started when Bern took si McCleary Ornido under his wing sa Hitman MMA. And I believe, sa pagkakaalam ko, sa pinagtanong-tanong natin na nagpasintabi naman siya sa The Incredible. But then, something else happened na, I mean, nung nakaraang press con, doon
Di ba
nagsimula
oo nga, feeling ko nga doon nagsimula. Tapos di ba, so pasok, syempre yung isa, iba yung dating coach, syempre si Rolando. Syempre alam niya kung anong may sarili silang pinagdaanan doon, may sariling experiences si The Incredible MMA with Ornido, and then and syempre ano na natin 'yan, tawag dito. Syempre anahin na natin 'yan pag 'di ba, pag-usapan na natin dahil now Ornido is gonna fight tomorrow. He's gonna fight Marwin Kirante, and then afterwards, then during the camp siguro nag-Hitman MMA siya, then
parang nung announced he was already with Hitman MMA nitong nangyari to. And yun nga, nangyari nung press con was medyo nagkaroon ng medyo trash talking between, actually parang one-sided yung trash talking.
pero ano na yun, pero at the end of the day, nag-aasaran lang naman yan eh. Asaran lang yung
former
partner na.
team.
Di ba? Part na ng asaran yan, di ba? So ngayon, diba, tignan na lang natin. I think the big question now is, anong magiging performance ni McCleary Ornido?
Makaka-apekto kaya sa performance niya tong
diba? And kasi,
World War na to.
And at the same time, will this be a match or a fight wherein it was a good move for him to be out of The Incredible MMA and now he's part of Hitman MMA? Or will it justify yung actions ni Rolando D? So, it's going to be, they went back and forth on Facebook. It's very interesting. Di ba? Pero at least kahit papaano, makikitaan natin, di ba? Ano lang naman yan eh, tomorrow natin malalaman, is it justice or is it redemption? Is it, di ba, was the trash talk worth it? Di ba? Kung yan ang pag-uusapan natin. Ito nakakatawa to, JCT. Kailan laban ni Rugby Boy versus Aura?
That we do not know.
Sa totoo lang, di ba? Nung unang message sa akin yan, nung message sa akin, anong masasabi niyo, coach, doon kay Aura? Sabi ko, sino si Aura? Kasi ang alam kong Aura, yung ginagawa ng mga tao, di ba it's a term? Aura is a term, di ba? It's a term used by people to go like when they're walking or rumaramba sila, ba aura ko, di ba? Then apparently there's a gay individual that's named Aura. Tapos napaaway pala siya sa poblasyon. Anak ng weteng naman, di ba?
Carl, nasan ka nung nangyari yun? Dapat pinigil mo.
Di ba? Una sa lahat, isisi natin to kay Tito Carl. Si Tito Carl kasi nandun lang sa paligid yan. Hindi niya pinigil yung...
Were you at boat club when that happened? Kaya hindi mo napigilan.
Now, when you dive into the details of everything, of course, there are always three versions to the story. So it's their side, the other person's side, and then there's the truth. Now, of course, with the advent of technology, may mga CCTV footage na. Ang para sa akin kasi, una sa lahat, number one, wag ka na lang makipag-away. Okay? That's rule number one. If you're gonna go out, di ba? Go out to have fun. Di ba? Wag magkapag-away. Di ba? Yun ang pinakamaganda.
Pero isa sa mga bagay na nakita natin na dun sa incident na yan, hindi kayo dapat basta-basta nakikipag sa mga nasa LGBT. Some of them can kick your ass.
Di ba? Ito rin yan.
Mas nakakahiya yun. I mean, if someone from that community gets to kick your ass and you're straight.
Nakakahiya yun. Di ba nakita mo sa BGC dati? Di ba? Dahil napag-aaway siya doon sa backlush. Tapos yung backlush, patay, pakan siya. Nakakahiya, nakakatawa eh. Nakakahiya. So, it's like, okay. Di ba? At the end of the day, anybody can fight. And everybody can fight. Di ba? And that doesn't... going back to the whole aura thing, it's So number one, okay, we were saying goodbye to Coach Pepo. We are inside. We are inside
Yes,
Dojo Garage,
Dojo
MC
Garage.
Cycles, everyone. So
Nasa
thank you
MC
so.
Cycle side
Nasa
kami.
MC Cycle side po kami. So nakikita nyo naman po, di ba, sa paligid namin, napakaraming magagandang helmet. We are surrounded by very expensive motorcycles. Thank you so much to MC Cycles, Green
Expensive
Hills.
motorcycles and expensive helmets.
Di ba? So dito po tayo sa dito po tayo sa MC Cycle side. So MC Cycles is located here in Green Hills, San Juan, Connecticut Street. So pag meron
literal na malapit siya sa Green Hills.
Lahat ng inyong motorcycle needs at pati motorcycle nandito rin. Okay? So you got your Vespas, you got your BMWs, you got your X-Towns. Ano tong isa na to, JC, na sa kaliwa mo? Ano yan?
Ito?
KS,
Hindi, ano to? Yamaha SXR 900
Ayun.
na nakaset up.
Oh, di ba? Kita mo? Ako nagsasabi.
Carbon gas tank na yata to.
Grabe, 'di ba? Hindi ako maano sa mas mahilig ako sa kotse pero yung mga motor dito ang gaganda, ang popogi. Shout out to Moy Espinosa. Welcome home to Maita.
Ayo nga. Hindi, tapos na, di ba? March yun eh.
Oh, ma-cancel culture. Ito yun you can't cancel the uncancelable. Okay? Wala kaming pakialam. wala kaming pakialam sa cancel culture. So, hindi nyo kami maka-cancel. So yung key takeaways, okay? There's always a lesson sa mga ganitong incidents. Kasi yun yung pinaka, doon ko rin nakikita, JC, wala talagang alam sa local showbiz, pare. Tinanong ko sino si Aura, yung mukha ko, parang, what's Aura? Sabi ko, sino si Aura? Is that a person? So sabi, hindi, ano yun, ganyan. Then people sent me videos and photos and I go like, bakit relevant sa buhay ko to? Wala akong pakialam sa taong to.
It's not exactly combat sports.
Blurred kayo. Bakit kami blurred?
Hindi, sa Facebook yata.
Sa Facebook, pero sa YouTube
daw maayos.
Mayayos. Ay, nako, Facebook Facebook. Medyo, bakit naman ganun, Facebook?
Tanong ni Pochola, blurred kayo, nasa Japan po ba kayo?
Nasa Japan. Hindi, wala po kami sa Japan. Nandito po kami sa MC Cycles. Nakita niyo mo kung gaano kaganda yung store, di ba? May Japan vibes.
Saan yan?
Teka lang.
I think it's with the internet connection. Hindi, sa internet connection.
Internet connection po yan. Sa Japan po ba? Wala po. Tulma si Tito Pocholo eh. Di ba?
Pinapanood niyo kami back in 1996.
Ayan.
Naka-live kami doon.
Ayan, bagay na bagay daw sa'yo yung XSR.
Hindi lang bagay sa bulsa ko, hindi pa kayang.
Diba? So going back to the lessons, ladies and gentlemen, number 1, wag po kayo mapaaway. Number 2, pag napaaway naman kayo, tumakbo kayo kagad. Huwag kayong magpapahuli. Hindi ko maintindihan dito sa mga to. Para pag napaaway ba kayo, tigas ako.
Ay,
blurred both on Facebook and YouTube. What the hell? Why?
Pero yung audio malinaw naman. Medyo pagtsagaan na natin yung
hey, what's up?
What's up, Jag?
Siyempre, shoutout natin yan. Shoutout to Ronin Juggler, Coach Juggler.
Yes.
Kita-kits tayo bukas. Hindi ko maintindihan. Ba't tayo sa internet ba yan?
Feeling ko sa internet eh. Oo nga.
Blurred tayo? Para tayong no? Ano yan?
Japanese.
Oo nga.
Japanese talaga.
Parang yung nangyayari sa yung mga pinapanood mo sa Japanese porn.
Hindi po kami nanonood nun. Nasabi lang.
Nasabi lang po namin.
Pocholo.
Okay, Dito Pocholo. Ano to? Kunwari ka pa, hindi mo kilala mga ibang para kakaiba kang tao at hindi ka basta-basta. Ay, hindi. Ito na naman si Brian Melendres. Kunwari ka pa, hindi mo kilala yung mga ibang artista para kakaiba kang tao. Ay, hindi ko po alam ko ng kakaiba akong tao. Aminado lang akong bobo ko pagdating sa mga artista. Siguro ako hindi ako magmamarunong sa mga ganyang bagay.
Privilege mo pag naaalala ni Franco yung pangalan
hindi ko
pag
talaga
na-meet ka niya before.
Ako
ganun katindi
seryoso. Brian Melendez, sarili kong mga estudyante hindi ko alam pangalan. So yung maghanap ka ng taong kilala talaga ako. Hindi ako Blur's alive. Oh man. Wow. It matters. Imagine if you have a son. Oh, nako. Ayan na. Teka lang. Tigil muna tayong lahat. Tigil na natin ito. Usapan ito, mga katarantaduhan na to. Pero ladies and gentlemen, okay, our guest for our first ever on-site Combat Sports Weekly episode, we have the one and only, Chief Alvin Aguilar of the URCC. What's up, Chief?
What's up, Chief?
What's up, guys? How are you? Thanks for having me over.
Yeah, Chief, maraming salamat po thank you so much, Chief, for taking this invitation. Nakita niyo naman,
Medyo late.
nasa ano kami, Chief? Nasa MC Cycles po kami. We are live on MC Cycles Dojo Garage. And thank you so much, Chief, for the time to share. Alam niyo, para makasama kami dito. I know it's a very busy week for you and a very busy schedule for tomorrow. Tomorrow, magkakasama rin po kami.
Yes.
Huwag kayong mag-alala. Magkakasama na naman po kami bukas. Chief, before anything else, Chief, congratulations to all of your efforts and to the accomplishments of
Grabe yung
the national
achievements
team's
na
recent UWW Asian Championships. Please, we just mentioned this last week, pero sabi namin this is a story that's best told by you.
Yes.
So please, can you tell everyone the story behind the accomplishments of the national team in the recently concluded UWW Championships?
Well, yeah, I'm very, very proud and of the hard work everybody did. Grabe yung ginawa nila, no? We had our first gold medals in the Asian circuit for UWW in Kazakhstan. That was the first time the Philippine national anthem was played there in the UWW in Kazakhstan ever. And it wasn't just played once, it was played 4 times. So we had 2 athletes that double gold. So Feared double gold sa under 19, double silver siya sa seniors, and then of course Isa got double gold sa seniors, and then si Luki, my son, got 2 silvers. Lucha got a silver and a bronze, and then Vince finished with the bronze also. Ang sayang lang kay Vince, he beat the gold medalist. Ang nangyari lang, he made a mistake na DQ siya. And sa UWW rules, basta na DQ, no medal. So dapat silver siya. Sayang.
I think more than anything, Chief, this was something that you, and I remember this correctly, last year you were here on the show and you declared this.
Yes.
Diba? You declared this type of accomplishment sa ating mga audience. And now, a year after, it's just 1 year. 1 year, nagawa mo kagad. Diba? Where do you attribute this whole entire structure, system, and making sure that when you say something, you are going to work towards that? Because this is, para sa akin, diba, without bias, this is kind of unprecedented. Kasi like last year, naalala ko last year, we had Chief on the show and he said, you know what, we're gonna do this, tapos magkakaroon tayo ng world champion sa grappling, diba? I guarantee you. Then all of a sudden, diba, just like any type of process, diba, you will get the hype, you will get the attention, then it will fizzle down. And then all of a sudden, pak, biglang nangyari to. So how did you stay the course, Chief? What was it like to stay the course and finally accomplishing this?
Okay, first and foremost, the reason why I declared this publicly, of course, here, is para, it's already out there. So since nagbitaw ka na ng salita, you better make sure it happens. And, we didn't just plan this like 2 months ahead. We've been training, ever since I declared it last year, we've been training for this moment. And we're training again for our August competition. So mahirap mapahiya. So so we really work backwards. And, I'm blessed with very, very good athletes. They're very dedicated. It's something they really want to do. And, they have the heart, they have the passion for it. And most of all, they have strong minds, which is very, very important. Yung consistency, and when no one's watching, they're working hard. And hindi sila mahilig mag-post na nagtitraining or nag-flex or whatever like that. Walang ganyan. When no one's watching and you're working hard, those are the people that excel. Yung mga lagi nagpo-post na, I'm training and doing this, if you know, you never win anything. So, ganun lang yan. It's really just consistently hard work, and you have to have a good mind and a strong heart.
And actually, Chief, naalala ko nga, way back 2018 when you first talked about this whole thing with the wrestling team nung sa Artes Suave before, parang kaka-declare mo lang yata as the WAP chief din, parang ganon. You promised that you were gonna grow the grassroots of wrestling.
Grassroots ng wrestling,
and then
magkaka-accomplishment
eventually
sa wrestling.
magkaka-gold agad. That was 5 years ago, and here we are now, 2023, 5 years, meron na, and number 3 in Asia.
Diba?
What
That's
an
a huge thing.
accomplishment.
I think parang Chief, wala pang nakakagawa nun, di ba? Parang wala pa.
And
Wala pa.
From South Asia.
Let's hope that the things always turn out correctly, and because there's a lot of moving parts. Number one is getting the funding, and then of course we have estudyante pa yung mga yan. They have to balance school, they have to balance training, And it's very, very hard. Because, like, for example, for example, had to take a motorcycle all the way from UST back to the gym, then back to the gym to Marikina. Pagdating pa niya Marikina, he has to go back home and he has to take care of his younger brother. So talagang grabe yung schedule ng bata na yan. Si Isa had to stay and live in the gym. You know, she has a beautiful beachfront house in San Carlos,
Negros, oo.
Negros. She left all of that. She left her kids. Okay, kids are like 10, 14 years old already. But you know, she's away from her family and she's just there in the gym every day just so she could focus. And look at the results. Huh? She got double gold. Same thing for Luki. Kawawa si Luki. Pinakawawa. Kasi he has other things, but he has soccer practice. Everybody knows how hard soccer practice is.
Yes.
After soccer practice, he has to practice with us. And he goes, I'm tired. I did soccer practice. Not my problem. Okay, get to training. So, ayun. So, I mean, everybody...
Grabe yung kay Loki eh. Kasi ito yun there's and this is something that dito sasabihin ni Chief, so ako magsasalita. Chief will always encourage having a life outside Jiu-Jitsu. Yung mga sinasabi ng tao na parang Jiu-Jitsu is life, hindi, sasabihin ni Chief, no, you have to be a well-rounded individual. I want you to be a well-rounded individual. So for example, si Loki, U-up athlete yan. Ng football. Si Fier, U-up athlete din yan, di ba? And then
judo naman, yeah.
In judo naman. And then the other people within that national team, these are family people, these are students, these are professionals, and they have other things, they have other priorities. Pero when it's time to train, it's time to train. And when it's time to compete at the highest level, they performed really, really well. Now, in line with that, Chief, how can we explain? Okay, how can you best explain this? Like in terms of ano yung structure ng training when it comes to competing at the highest levels?
Well, okay, number one, you have to be able to take out all distractions once you're on the mat, okay? That's the first part. Of course, the first part is when you build up the foundation for what you're going to do. You have to make sure that they know the goals every week, and that the goals are, you know, subdivided into smaller goals. And then you have to watch their progress. And kailangan by this point, you should be moving this way. You should be able to do this. And after that, when you move forward, you know, by this point in training, you have to be this strong, this good. You should be able to execute this and follow the game plan this way, and just keep going back. And what we do is we keep subdividing the training, and so we can have mini goals. Because a lot of people go and jump this goal right away, but there's a process going here, and people don't see that there. So once you understand what it takes to get here and do small goals, everything becomes more realistic and it's attainable. And as long as you have a strong heart and you're consistent, you'll be able to get there. I'm very, very blessed with these students. You should see them, the way they work hard. And, you know, once we're done training, they don't leave the mat. They stay there and they keep training. So let's say a typical training, we would start sometimes 10 to 12. After 12 p.m., everyone's having lunch. No, not these guys. They're training until 3 on their own. And then they rest, and then they sleep, and then we train again at night. So we train around 7, and then we end around 9. 10:30, they're still on the mat. I mean, that's
true. Ako nakikita ko yun. So, it's just all around dedication. Sige, si JC may tanong.
Ibang, with all of this, Chief, walang pilitan sa training, right? They do everything on their own, even staying longer in the mats.
Yes. It's inherent in them. They want to get better. So of course, I'm not going to say, oh, after training, you stay here pa for 2 hours, 3 hours. That's up to them. So that's the drive. That's what it takes. You know, a lot of people think, you know, if I train this way, no, it's also what you do off the mat. Like I always tell our students, everything you do off the mat is part of training or outside training. The way you eat, the way you sleep, the way you have your personal relationships with everybody, the way you listen, you know, the way you look up to God, family, country, and everything. That's all part of training. Because you have to have the good mindset, okay, and you have to watch your nutrition. And you know, of course, nangyayari may problema sa buhay, you know, that can affect training also. So it's how you handle it. So everything you do outside training is still training. So if you look at it that way, then you'll start getting results.
Tapos Chief, ito sakto. I think this is a good question. Hindi na alam namin yung storya nito pero at least para makwento ni Chief sa inyo. This is question from YouTube, Chief. Before anything else, everybody, we are live on URCC
Mhm.
Facebook and URCC YouTube channel. So make
Yes.
sure you follow the Facebook page and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Question for Chief Alvin. Alvin, has there been any form of opposition or qualms from people in the wrestling community when you took the leadership position since you came from a jiu-jitsu and not a wrestling background?
Okay, people don't know that I've been wrestling for a long time. I did wrestling, of course, when I was in sixth grade, which is
Mhm.
ages ago, and then after that, when I came back here, I also wrestled. Been wrestling for like 20 years. There's a video on YouTube. I hold the record for the fastest spin in the nationals here in the country for wrestling. And I've been really wrestling. I'll wrestle anybody if you guys think I'm not a wrestler. But of course, a lot of people, hey, jiu-jitsu yan, MMA. When I started wrestling, I always hear that shit. Eh, syempre, yung mga tao, kasi before, well, even until now, maraming, utak biskotso na tao o utak ipis na parang gusto nila na
Easy lang, Chief.
lang yan
Easy
or
lang.
whatever.
Maaga pa tayo. Maya-mayang konti.
Baka
Maya-mayang
ma-report
konti. Kaya tong channel na to laging nare-report.
Oo.
Sorry, Chief. Sorry,
Ayun.
Chief.
And they would say, wala namang alam sa wrestling yan, gusto lang niya ganito. And to this day, I still get that also. I was in an international comp in the SEA Games, and then one of them came up to me, "You're a jiu-jitsu guy. Why are you in wrestling?" And I said, "You want to wrestle now?" I've been wrestling ever since. Let's go. So parang ganyan. I mean, people will always say that, and ako, I don't really worry about people's opinions anymore. You know, people's opinions is, you don't have to worry about that. What people say behind your back is none of your business. As long as you're you're focused on your goals and you're achieving, then okay. But if you're not, puro dak ka lang, puro pa cute ganyan, wag ka na, di ba? So before I used to get affected by people's opinions. Now not so much. And if you say it to my face, I'll probably beat your ass. But yeah, not really. So I'm more of trying to get everybody to the next level. I think there's a reason why I became the president of wrestling. I have very, very high hopes for our athletes, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that we become a world power in wrestling as well.
And a quick follow-up dun sa wrestling, Chief. So for context, si Chief din was a huge influence sa career ko when it came to improving my jiu-jitsu and then combat sports experience. Kasi lumalaban din ako ng MMA tsaka striking noon. He said, "Oy, mag-wrestling ka." And I saw the development of the WAP training center. So please, Chief, tell the story of the developments na ginawa under your leadership. Kasi ako dati, sasabihin ko talaga dati, ang pangit talaga ng wrestling
Parang
room.
may horror stories nga
Oh,
daw
ang
sa
daming horror
WAP.
stories dyan. Pero now, I guarantee, when you look at the Philippine Wrestling
Mm.
Federation training room, ang ganda, Chief. So, on live right now, I'm thanking you dahil doon sa ginawa mong I mean, go to the Philippine Wrestling Federation. If you don't believe me, go to Rizal right now and look at the wrestling room, Chief. Ang ganda. Ang
Thank you.
ganda. That's really, doon mo masasabing world-class training facility na siya. So what was the process behind that? Kasi a lot of people, ang daling sabihin na, ba't di na lang kayo bumili ng bagong gamit? O ba't di na nyo na lang i-renovate? Ba't di nyo na lang gamitin? Di ba? So Chief, please tell the story behind the ongoing, yung constant, yung improvements na nangyari through the years since you became WAP president.
Well, okay, very, very simple yung una. Yung funds na para sa wrestling, ginawa ko para sa wrestling, hindi ko ninakaw tulad ng ibang presidents. That's number one. Magnanakaw yan lahat, halos lahat. Magnanakaw yung mga yan.
Si Chief, ang dami sinasabi.
That's
Maaga
true.
pa.
Hindi naman,
Maaga pa. Ang
hindi
aga,
naman
ang dami nang nilalaglag nito. Maaga pa sa
Wala
kaya
naman-
po na rin.
basta pangalan
Kaya na rin.
okay lang
Wala
yan.
naman tayo binabagaya.
Oo.
Kaya alam ni
It's
Chief.
safe.
Alam ni Chief. Kaya si
Oo.
Chief, certified tito sa fighting yan.
Mm.
Okay? So, oy, teka lang, Chief. Si Kuya Wharton, nanonood din. Kuya Wharton
Hey,
of
what's up, Brother Wharton? How are you?
Brother
How are you?
Wharton of Samahang Kickboxing ng Pilipinas.
Mhm.
Thank you for watching and listening.
That
Okay,
guy's
Chief,
one of the
please
most
continue.
dedicated NSA heads. Okay, watch what
sir.
kickboxing will achieve under his guidance. Grabe.
Mm.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we will be there to support him.
Yes.
Chief, please continue.
Okay, so that's the first one, When we would ask for funds, diretso yan. You've seen the equipment that we bought. If you buy mats, it's mats. We buy shoes, it's shoes. And the next part is, just coming up with a culture of how it's supposed to be. Dati, nagre-wrestling kami. Yung mats, ang mat na ginagamit sa sahig sa labas, yun din ginagamit sa mat. Pa sa banyo, yun din ginagamit dyan sa mat. Tapos, pag inaakit mo yung mat, may mga mushroom sa ilalim. Talagang,
may ecosystem.
talaga.
Promise. Totoo yan.
Tapos, yung pupunta ka sa banyo, maliligo ka na. Patapos mo maligo, parang nababasa ka pa rin ng ceiling. Pagtingin mo sa taas, nakahang lahat ng mga jockey ng iba-ibang tao. Yung tumutulog sa ulo mo.
Kaya lang natatawa kami ngayon ha. Pero I mean, kasi kwento na lang siya ngayon di ba? Pero dati, pag nandun ka, parang, ito na ba yun? Nakakatawa siya ngayon. Pero back then, iba talaga.
And then yung culture pa yung iba, kung anong wrestling shoes meet nila. Tapos dire-diretso sa mat yan, naka-wrestling shoes. Tapos yung wrestling shoes nila, yan din yung pauwi nila. Ano ginagawa?
What's up, Chef Dick? Chef Dick Franco, one map fits all.
Literal, grabe. At saka wala pang sabon, tubig lang yan. Talagang galing sa banyo.
Diretso.
Parang gusto mo na lang maligo na lang sa bahay.
So for example, ikaw yung bagong salta. So when you train with the national team, so when I was trained there, pag bagong salta ka, ikaw yung automatic na magmamap. So pag magmamap kami, isipin namin, saan po yung map? Tapos tuturo nila doon. Sabi namin, tingnan lang, parang parang ito yung nakita natin, pinangmamap ka sa labas ka, tsaka sa banyo kanina. O ayan, Chief, kita mo kahit yung audience alam protocol dito. Pag late na yung chismisa, diretsahan si Chief, pero totoo na. Di ba? Sabi ko nga sa iyo, di ba? O ito, Chief, Jackie daw na may mushroom. Ayan, Chief, tignan mo, nag-spike up yung numbers. Nung magsimula ng chismis, ayan, tignan mo. Ayan, nag-spike up yung numbers, daming nanonood. Sabi ko sa'yo, basta chismisan, ang bilis ng mga tao dito Di ba? Kita mo ba yan? Di ba? So again, we're laughing at this right now kasi nakakatawa siya, pero now,
namin for that, really
so everybody, Philippine Wrestling Federation on Facebook, just check the page now. Look at the improvements. The mats are amazing. Dati, naalala ko, walang wrestling dummy. Ngayon, parang akala mo may multo dun sa gym pagka pinatay mo yung ilaw kasi ang dami. Natatawa si Jim kasi totoo. Sabi niya, bro, check mo yan. Pagpatay nung ilaw, sabi ko, parang may multo. Nakakatakot, ang dami. Then you got Bulgarian bags, you got your kettlebells, and then yung methodologies of training. Diba, Chief is able to put to bring yung mga wrestling coaches to different countries to learn. These are some of the things na ito rin yung medyo yan pag nag-uusap kami ni Chief na kami lang. Bakit ba kasi I'm gonna put Chief on the spot kasi malayo tayo si Chief, nasa Alabang siya, pero magkikita kami bukas. Magkikita tayo. Bakit ba kasi ayaw mong i-post? Ba't ba kasi ayaw mong i-post sa social media yung ginagawa mo para sa wrestling, di ba? Kasi di ba, ako, playing devil's advocate ako, parang there are times that you should tell people na this was what wrestling 10 years ago. It was horrible. And now, look at what you guys are doing. Di ba, at least kahit paano, or have someone show the gym. The gym is beautiful, Chief, by the way. The mats are amazing. The equipment's really, really nice. Di ba, dati kasama ko mag-training si Chief, yung ropes na inakyatan namin, natatakot kami baka mapigtas, mahulog kami, di ba? Ngayon, di ba?
Parang iba yung sound
Iba yung sound. Pero ngayon,
agad dito ka lang pag naputol, okay lang, mabubuhay ka pag nahulog.
Mabubuhay ka pa, di ba? Pero now, Chief, the gym is beautiful. So can you please tell the story how the gym was improved through the years?
Well, we were able to get the trust back from the Philippine Sports Commission. And of course, we were always guided and supported by our POC president, Mayor Bumble Tolentino. We're very lucky that we have a president like him in the POC. It really goes all out for the athletes, not just in wrestling, for everybody. People don't see what he does behind the scenes, the way he supports the athletes, the NSA heads, complete package. And, look at the results. Look at what the Filipinos are achieving. yung last Olympics natin, look at how many medals, di ba? From nothing to all of a sudden, several, di ba? Grabe. And, the golden age of Philippine sports is just starting. We have Obiena who just made it. It's the first Filipino to qualify. Dadami pa yan.
O yan. Ito na, Chief. Yung mga tao may dating experience, naglalabasan na. Dumayo Singapore as a WAP, Russian legend coach nila. O yun, di ba? Di ba, kita nyo, doon nyo makikita talaga, di ba? Doon talaga. Ayan, nako, si Kuya Wharton, si Brother Wharton, tignan mo agad, Chief, naglaglag ka agad. Wait for the Combat Sports Arena and the Combat Sports Multipurpose Hall. Lapit na. Thank you so much, Brother Wharton. Grabe, iba. And this kaka-announce lang nito. You heard it first here sa Combat Sports Weekly Live. We are live on URCC Facebook page and URCC YouTube channel. We're also broadcasted on Coach Franco Rulloda Facebook and Coach Franco Rulloda YouTube channel. Teka lang, meron pa doon. Ayun, Chief, ito para to sa'yo. This is from YouTube, question from YouTube. What is your message to those who still do not have faith in the program you have fostered and continuing to implement? That what other programs will be coming up with? So this is a two-question. So what do you think of people who are still not in line with the programs that you're laying out and any future plans though?
What do you call it? I don't really like I said earlier. I don't really care about what people say anymore, because no matter what you do, whether you do good or you do bad, people always talk and have something to say. No matter how much you prove them wrong, everyone will always have something to say. So basically my message for them and everybody else is watch. We're just getting started. We're just getting warmed up. The bigger and greater things are going to happen for all Filipino athletes, not just in wrestling.
Ayan, si Brother Wharton, meron pang pasabog na isa, Chief. Combat Sports Expo, abangan, January 2024.
Dami nga abangan for 2024.
Sir Wharton, basta
July pa lang
kami, Titos of Fighting, dito Combat Sports Weekly Live, game na game kami dyan, okay?
Yes.
Game na game, we will definitely support that. So, message nyo lang kami. Yan, gawin natin to.
Baka pwede mag-live episode.
Then, you know what? We should really, just take care of the combat sports. Not for anything, diba? Basketball, I love playing basketball and everything, but it's just not there, diba? Basketball doesn't love us. So, can you imagine if they gave us like half of their budget and just put it in combat sports?
Yeah.
Grabe. Can you imagine what would happen? Just half of that budget.
Diba? Wrestling, grappling, diba? Muay Thai,
With
boxing,
the limited budget technically
kickboxing.
that we have right now, grabe na yung na-achieve natin. We have goals abroad, tapos yung ganong kalaking budget pa that they give out sa sports like basketball, mapunta sa combat sports. Iba. I mean, even in the SEA Games, Chief, diba? Karamihan ng medals na nakuha natin were from combat sports. That's just a huge testament of how much combat sports can give na honor na mauwi sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, we were lucky also in the last SEA Games. Well, not just lucky, but everybody really worked for that. We had 4 gold, 7 came with a medal. I was a little bit Kong Bumble about we only got 4, but at least.
Nako, Ayan, balik na si Chief, Chief. Sabi ko sa iyo, Chief, pagka pag minsan itong show na to, nire-report lang.
Baka nire-report
pag nagla-live yung mga
tayo.
tao, minsan nire-report na tayo. Naramdaman na namin 'yan. 'Di ba? We are live here at MC Cycles. MC Cycles is here in Connecticut sa Green Hills. Dojo Garage is also here. So thank you so much, MC Cycles, Dojo Garage, for having us over. Punta na tayo sa URCC. Okay? URCC, Chief, like, I don't know how, for the lack of a better term, how do you feel about the URCC's progress right now? Like all of a sudden, sunod-sunod. And the response. Yung response ng mga tao.
Kasi din, people have been questioning kung bakit URCC, MMA to, bakit may bare knuckle boxing na, bakit may grappling na ngayon, bakit may slap fighting. But yun nga, then it dawned to me na Universal Reality Combat Championship, it doesn't exactly say MMA. So any combat sports is under that umbrella.
Oo nga, Chief.
Ang galing. I mean, in 2002, naisip na.
No, because what do you call that? Of course, I love MMA. Tuloy-tuloy natin. But all the other sports complement MMA as well, and they also complement each other. It doesn't mean because may slap fight, or whatever. It doesn't mean also just because you watch UFC, you won't watch URCC. It's not like that. So all of these guys work together and help each other, and we need all of the combat sports formats to help out. They help each other out so we can grow bigger, and when we grow bigger, our fighters and pay them better also as well. I want our fighters to be able to retire na they're comfortable. Kasi grabe dinadaanan ng MMA fighter. Ang hirap yan. Imagine you work and you train, tapos hindi ka mabayaran, and then later on, kung talo ka, mas malit ang purse mo. Tapos kung talo ka, you have to try again for like 2-3 months. Tapos kung natalo ka pa ulit, problema na yan, di ba? It's hard. And sometimes even if you win 2, tapos yung third fight talo, then back to 0 ka na naman. It's very hard. So it's a very competitive and hard sport to be in. So I want to make it worthwhile for everybody, and I'm happy. At least we have monthly events. We have a reality show coming up, and then we have a partnership with a good network up and coming. I'm really just looking forward to everything that's happening, and I'm happy na grabe yung support ng mga tao. So that helps the movement and everything.
Yun yung ano parang every time we so pagdating sa venue, Chief will always be busy, and then dami niyang kakausapin, everyone's cheering him on, everyone's congratulating him, then we would have pockets of yung small moments na parang sabi ko, Chief, yung bigla na lang ako hirit, sabi ko, Chief, naisip mo ba biglang mangyayari to? Di ba? Yung mga ganong mahugulat ka lang, ang daming tao, puno yung venue. Di ba? Does the feeling get old na ba, Chief, or is it still exciting for you na going to a venue tas punong-puno ng tao, everyone's screaming, everyone's cheering. Di ba? Wild eh. Di ba? Kakaiba lagi eh.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, okay, gusto magpakita ni Ayel. Hi, baby.
Even a few.
Okay, say hi. There, okay.
What's up?
Hi.
Youngest world champion.
Oo nga.
Youngest world champion. What's up, baby?
Yung isang match niya sa High Rollers Championships, grabe. She does not move like 6
Ilan na ba? 5 ata si Ayel, di ba?
Yeah.
Grabe, she does not move like a 5-year-old.
Oh, thank you.
Nako, ito na naman, nawawala si Chief. Ayan.
Nag-freeze. Am I back?
Teka lang, nag-freeze, Chief. Hintayin natin. Nire-report. Mga nagre-report ito kayo. Ito kayo.
Baka nire-report na tayo, Aguilar.
Nako, Chief, lagi yan. Lagi kada may gano. Lalong-lalo na pagka, yung mga maiinit yung guest. Yung mga, ikaw wala pang kalahati. Ang dami mo nang nilaglag eh. Ayan kita mo, wala pang kalahati. Naglaglag ka na, dami nang na-offend. Diba? Yung mga dami yung
snowflakes.
Ayun pala, sige, side question, Chief.
Okay.
Kami kasi we grew up in a very toxic masculine na environment. What can you say about the prevalence of the snowflake culture dito? Like ako kasi napapansin ko na siya pag nag-uusap kami ni Chief, itong mga taon to, ba't hindi na lang sila magsuntukan? Di ba? Ba't hindi? Di ba?
The past decade, lumambot na lang.
Lumambot eh. Tingin mo, Chief. Ikaw, in your honest opinion, do you think na medyo lumambot na ang mga lalaki ngayon or medyo okay pa rin? Lalaki pa rin?
Okay, that's actually a grand plan, if you notice. Okay, so if you notice, when they say toxic masculinity or anything like that, no matter what people say, men were the ones who formed the earth, who formed civilization, and made all these advancements. Now, everybody, whether they're female, gay, or whatever they call themselves, are able to voice their opinions now because of the world we created.
Yes.
So there's no such thing as toxic masculinity. Like you said, if there's war and there's famine, all of those roles are going to go fast. They're going to go back to men and women right away. Okay. Now I don't have anything against the
the rainbow mafia
that's good and fine. But the reason why they're trying to make sure that men are emasculated, because emasculated men are easier to control.
Yes.
A lot, aside from that, they're trying to pull people away. Well, this is just real quick. I don't go to if you notice, a lot
Marereport.
Yeah, a lot of things you see online. They're trying to take away God. They're trying to take you away from family, and they're trying to make sure that men are more feminine because that's toxic masculinity. It's not like that. Okay, so everybody has to remember, for the center of your life should always be God, family, and country. Nothing else.
Mhm.
Anything that goes against that, don't worry about it. Anything woke is forget it.
That is true.
Anybody will be woke. You just go broke.
Actually, yes.
If you go woke,
Yung
you
mga-
will go broke. That is true.
Most-
Okay, quotable quotes po natin yan from Alvin Aguilar. So, going back to URCC, which is the home of all toxic masculinity. Ayan na naman tayo. Ayan, Chief. Marami nag-agree sa'yo. Marami, well said, Chief. Ayan. Diba? Tapos ito, another viewer natin, Chief. Tignan mo, comment. Mga terms na natutunan ko ngayon, utak biskotso, rainbow, ayan. So, kay Chief yung utak biskotso, sa akin, rainbow mafia. Okay. So, Chief, what was the idea behind the upcoming fight card for tomorrow? Okay, this is happening. We're gonna go back to Xylo, URCC 86. Can you please talk to us about your like, let's go to Tristan De Mena. Diba? This is the discovery of DD nightclub.
Yes.
What was the story behind the quick turnaround?
Yeah.
Now he's fighting again
And turning
Diba?
pro.
and turning pro.
Yeah, well, what do you call it? Of course, we want to make sure everybody does well in the amateur circuit first before going in, diba? Like I said, sorry guys.
Go, okay lang yan, Chief. Ang tunay na lalaki, hindi nararattle sa mga bumabagsak na tao.
Mhm.
All right. So anyway, we want to make sure na yung mga fighters natin have a good amateur showing before they go in. I prefer at least 8 to 10 amateur fights. Kasi nangyayari like I said sa atin is 1 or 2 fights sa amateur tapos gusto nila mag-pro. After ng pro, manalo ng 1 or 2, tapos gusto mag-international. Parang just like sa basketball, I always say, di ba? Barangay, then you go to high school, college, PBL, then PBA. Ang ginagawa natin dito, naka-2 barangay ka, naka-1 high school ka, tapos tumalon ka sa NBA, tapos nagtaka ka kung ba't ka natalo. So, we have to make sure everybody has a good, strong foundation. So, he's one of them. He's proven himself. And I'm really looking forward to a lot of the young fighters. There's so many up-and-coming stars that we're going to be developing. And at saka, if you look at them now, bata pa lang, amateur pa lang, ang gagaling na nila.
And isa pang very interesting dito, Chief, is the inclusion of the grappling super fights for the first time in the URCC. Kasi sabi nga ng mga tao, it's very logical kasi you being the first homegrown black belt sa Pilipinas and the founder of the URCC, but nga naman hindi magkaroon ng grappling super fights in the URCC? And ngayon nga, what was the backstory and how did it came about? Okay,
I want our grapplers and then the people from the community, from our jiu-jitsu community, to be able to get the light shine on them also. Unfortunately, even if they win many gold medals at national, nobody knows about them. At least I'll do my part, and at the same time they get paid. Kasi ang hirap ng ginagawa nila, you train 2-3 months, and after that you just get a medal. That's it. Thank you. Bye-bye. Ang ganda ng Facebook picture mo, tapos that's it. Bye-bye. Di ba? Now, I want to make sure they get paid. So, when we do that, I'm going to start bringing in foreign black belts, people from other countries. So what do you call it? When you have people from foreign countries, I will raise the level once again. And I want to show people that we do really well against the foreigners here.
Tapos, Chief, what was the confidence behind showcasing grappling? Kasi some people ang grappling sideshow, di ba?
Yes.
Ito, co-main event.
Yeah.
Di ba? So that goes to show the confidence that you have with our grapplers. So what was the story behind choosing Joaquin D and Neil Laranyo?
Well, what do you call it? At first, a lot of the jiu-jitsu guys are scared to do grappling because number one, there's no belts. Okay, and then grappling is a hybrid form. It's not parang jiu-jitsu. It's not like wrestling. It's a hybrid kind of tournament. So no grappling style has an advantage or disadvantage. So for example, sa wrestling, I mean, so when you start, if you pull guard, -2 ka kagad. But if you sweep or reverse the position within 3 seconds, you get a score right away. So you're always moving, you're always fighting. Then, for example, if you're mounted on somebody, the person on the bottom dismounts you, 2 points siya. So it's like it's the best rules for MMA also as well, and it's not boring. Tuloy-tuloy yung laban na yan. And I'm sure the the jiu-jitsu and grappling community will love it when they see how fast-paced it is, because it's really exciting and ang gagaling ng mga Pinoy dito. We're really really good at it. So,
Tsaka sakto, Chief, after the press conference, so you can watch the replay of the URCC press conference that happens at Xylo. That's where uh, Chief really dived into the details of the rule set. And we got so many feedback, Chief, na parang, okay, parang lumalabas. Parang yun yung parang high-paced daw. High-paced grappling yung mangyayari. Di ba? So for the benefit of those, yung mga tamad, sige, di ba? Habang nandito si Chief, di ba? With all, can we dive a little bit deeper onto with the rule sets of the grappling rules that we're gonna use? Kasi nga,
And
yun
for,
nga,
for those
sakto
na mga
eh.
hindi nakakaintindi, may mga nagsasabi na grappling is so boring. Pero if it's fast-paced, I mean,
It's
all
going
eyes
to be
are gonna
entertaining. Kasi yun yung
Yes.
nagiging
on it.
problem eh, di ba, Chief?
Mhm.
Yun
Oh.
din yung initial parang grappling. With the current rule set, you
Mhm.
can stall, di ba? And nobody, it's not really entertaining to watch. But with
Yes.
the grappling rule sets that you are going to follow sa URCC, it's going to be action-packed. It's going to be high-paced. So, konti lang, Chief. A little bit more on the rule sets and the explanation
okay.
and why is it really good for MMA.
Okay, for example, sa jiu-jitsu, di ba, when they pass the guard, side mount, sabihin nila sa mga kaibigan, picture mo ako para maganda Facebook profile pic ko. Kasi
Tambay
ready
ka na
ako.
dyan.
Di ba?
Tambay ka na
Tapos
dyan.
dyan ka lang. Tapos natambay ka lang dyan. Hindi ka nagagalaw. Just holding him down. Kunyari, nahihirapan ka, but you're just there, holding him down. Tapos yan, later on, kahit 2 minutes ka dyan, panalo ka na. In grappling, hindi. When you have the side mount, for example, kailangan, you're either trying to go to mount or you're trying to go for a submission. If not, every few seconds that you're not attacking, may 1 point yung kalaban mo. So, pwede manaling nasa baba if you're not moving. So, kailangan talagang pukpukan. So, if you notice when you watch this, even if you watch UWW, you can actually go to UWW and watch the grappling fights. Pukpukan, there's nobody stopping. And if you're not in condition, yari ka talaga. Si Joaquin D is, an up-and-coming kid. He's won a lot also. Si Neil Laranos actually competed a lot in our UWW grappling tournaments. He's won. He's also won in wrestling. So it's going to be an excellent fight. And, and I'd love to see Abe fight. We had a hard time getting opponents for Abe. And, Checkmat was courteous enough to give him an opponent. Si Abe kasi, he's what, 45 kilos, I think, or 46. And then he wins the absolute. So, and then he was a silver medalist in Russia. So, it's also pretty hard to get him fights. But, his opponent is also very good and very talented. So I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this tomorrow.
Yeah, lalo na, huge shout out to Abed Del Rosario. That kid, okay, very
Yeah.
underweight pero kumakain ng mga tao sa open weight division. And in line with that, babalik tayo ng konti, Chief, dun sa achievements nyo sa UWW. A lot of, diba, without sounding bad, a lot of people will go to tournaments na, I mean, syempre not to downplay them. A lot of people will join tournaments thinking that they have a higher chance of winning. Kaya nabibilib ako dun sa mga competitors sa UWW. They went to the country kung saan iniiwasan ng mga tao yung bansa na yon. Tapos kayo, mga loko-loko kayo, nagpunta kayo dun. Okay. Diba sabi ko, si Chief, tatag ko, can you help with the competitors? Sabi ko, okay, when I have time, I'll go train with them, I'll spar with them, sige, para tulong-tulong. Pero minsan iniisip ko talaga to si Chief. Doon ko rin nakikita, doon mo rin makikita yung vision ng isang Alvin Aguilar. When people are avoiding Russia, Central Asia, Eastern Europe, here comes the Philippine Wrestling Federation's president. Okay, punta tayo doon. Doon tayo mag-compete. What is the decision-making process behind that, Chief?
We just really had to test ourselves. When we went to Russia for the first time, the president of the Wrestling Federation of Russia hugged us and said, "I never thought you guys could make it here." Isn't ganon. And when we were there, it was like this because syempre, hindi natin maiwasan that the other countries don't think too highly of the Philippines. So the kids that lost to the Philippines.
Sabi ko. Ayan, balik na si Chief. Balik na
Ayan,
si Chief.
ayan.
May nag-report.
I'm back.
Ayan.
Ayan. Bumalik na.
We're good. Okay. So
We're good.
the kids that lost to the Philippines or the Filipinos, tinanggal kagad sa team from other countries. Hala. Report na tayo.
Hala.
Wait
Ayun na
lang.
naman tayo. Ayan, nire-report tayo. Teka lang, Chief. Teka lang, wag kang magsalita. Sayang yung
Okay lang.
kwento. Ano, pag kayo ngayon report, alam namin kasi may nagno-notify sa Facebook ko, okay?
May lumalabas.
So yung mga hindi ko maintindihan mga alamin nyo kasi yung technology na. Chief,
Okay.
as in,
Yes.
ayan, luminaw na. Ayan. Kita nyo
Okay.
kahit yung mga tao, nagsasabi. Ayan, okay. Chief, please continue. Thank you.
Okay. So, ayan. So, hindi natin maiwasan na, bababatingin sa Philippines. So, every time we would beat them, matatanggal sila sa team. Now, when we went to Kazakhstan, recently, parang yung mga tao, natalo ka sa Philippines. Parang galit na galit sila, natalo sila sa Philippines. As if matatalo mo kami. So anyway, siyempre, yung sa utak ko, di ba? But then later on, as we kept winning, napansin na. Then later on, ginagawa dito. Di ba? Before when we joined tournaments here, after one fight, wala pang pahinga. May laban ka na naman. Mamaya, may laban. Ginagano na kami doon. Sabi ko, wow, di lang pala sa Pilipinas to. Pati dito sa Kazakhstan. Mukhang may nag-consult yata dito. So,
Diba? This is how you beat them. Give them 3 minutes rest.
Remember before sa Pan-Asians, katatapos mo lang. After that, may laban ka. Diba? Tapos, lahat ng magagaling, nandito sa'yo. Tapos, yung isang team na to, isa lang yung kalaban, may buy pa para sigurado may medal. So that's what they did. That's what they did there also. That's what they did. Like for kay Vince, he had to fight so many people. Tapos yung isa, parang nakabuy pa. Tapos yun na. I mean, sanay na tayo dyan eh. So I wasn't, I took that as a compliment that they were doing that to us. Kasi, I think that's the reason why that happened to us here in the Philippines. Para when we go international, alam na natin to.
Alam na natin.
And it's nothing new.
And it's imagine there came a time na they did the Philippines as a threat. Napakalaking achievement yan for you and for the Philippine wrestling. I mean,
yes. I'm very, very proud of our boys.
Who would have thought? Diba? And then everything that all the vision, the goal setting, the execution, diba? Lalabas yan, UWW, Philippine Wrestling Federation, and now tomorrow is another monumental event. Chief, fights, styles make fights. What about the main event? Diba? Kaloy Baduria, diba? Solid striker, and then up and coming grappler. I mean, very good wrestler, diba? Inside the URCC cage, Mariano Jones, diba? How can you really? How did this fight come about? Diba? And how? What's your what are your thoughts about this fight?
Okay, kasi a lot of people will say, si Kaloy, take down mo lang yan, ganyan. I mean, you remember before, there was one of the best fighters from Guam, si Franco Camacho, who actually made to the UFC.
Yes.
Everybody thought sagasaan niya si Kaloy. Mariano Jones out, it's a good fight. It's not going to be like a one-sided thing. I'm sure Kaloy's gonna, for his last fight, like he said, it's gonna be his last fight. He's gonna pakita niya na, I'm gonna go out with a bang. I'm very, very happy with the progress Mariano's been making, and this is dedicated also to the legacy of Kaloy. He's given us so many fights ever since URCC 2. URCC 2 pa lang nandiyan na siya. So, and we're now in 86, diba? So, it's something else.
Diba? And eto yun So,
Siya na lang yung natitirang active na from that.
diba? And
Yes.
durable. Napaka-durable ni
Mm.
Kaloy. Napaka-durable ni Kaloy. So, URCC 86, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow, DD night, Zylo BGC.
Mm.
Huwag kayong magalit, Zylo. Sorry po, tanga. Okay. So, URCC
Zylo.
86, we're gonna go back to Zylo BGC. Get your tables, get your tickets, get your pay-per-view access sa URCC online. It's a sure barn burner. Sobrang solid nung card. Tapos we have, diba, you have your main event, and then here comes the grappling. Joaquin D versus Nila Raño, then Abe Del Rosario versus, I forgot the guy's name kasi kanina ko lang nakita yung fight card. Gene Abalos, okay? And then the undercards have a story as well. So you got Tristan De Mena from Vagabond MMA Deftac Cebu, and then Alex Bigan there is gonna fight as well. Tapos si Braille Osaraga is there as well from Dipolog, yung fastest submission.
Fastest submission Dipolog, yes.
At URCC Dipolog, and then Marwin Carante versus Macleary Ornido. Ornido has his own backstory. Chief, di pa natin napagchichismisan ni Chief yun. Ano naman si Ornido talaga, pinag-aaway na naman si Rolando Di tsaka si Bernard Soriano. Kaya sabi namin kanina, may issue na naman tong dalawang to. So hopefully they got to find that out. Di ba, maayos na lang yun. Pero isa, go, Chief, go.
No, I think Orlando is one of the better trainers here, and if you want to go places, he's one of the best places to go, especially in our country. So of course, Bernard is also good. I don't know what the backstory is, why the kid left. The kid I know is also very promising, but let's see what happens.
May lumabas na naman na notification.
May lumabas na naman na notification sa amin dito, anak ng punyeta tong mga tao talaga. Bakit kayo ganyan? Bakit ba pag yung mga controversial na usapan, bigla kayong gagawa?
One of the most reported.
Most reported na naman tong episode na to. Okay, Chief,
wala pa nga akong sinasabi yung ano.
Wala pa nga eh. Mamaya pa. Wala pa. Ayan, Chief, please continue. Malinaw ka na ngayon.
Okay, so, I guess when you take care of a fighter, like what Salo told me, that's the warrior's love. I mean, you take care of him and you teach him everything you know, and then you hope to God that they don't betray you. So, I mean, that's part of it, I guess, something like that. I mean, that's very prevalent, not only in MMA, but Jiu-Jitsu as well. I mean, I've had my fair share of people trying to do that. But, am I cut again?
Ito na naman. Controversial yung sasagot ni Chief. Yan na naman, no?
Grabe, ah. May, can you please go out? Hello?
Ayun,
Ayun.
malik. Ayan, sabi ko sa iyo, Chief, pag meron kang sinasagot na controversial, ayan, nag-freeze ka kanina, nawala. Ayan. Okay na yan, Chief. Kahit vertical, Chief, okay lang kasi naka-block naman tayo. Okay. Continue,
Okay.
Chief. So, someone, hope to God that they don't on you.
Yeah, like the warriors love. I mean, you teach them, you care for them, and then you just hope that they don't betray you. But the way you make sure that you insure yourself against these types of people is by constantly reinventing yourself and constantly learning more. So you're going to be a different person from when they left you until right now. And then when they see it, they're like, shit, I should have stayed, or I should have whatever. But it doesn't matter. Once somebody betrays you, then they show you their true colors. That's it, pansit. Get them out of your lives. Useless yan.
That's true. Nako!
Nako.
May naisip ako. Chief, teka lang
Yeah.
Kasi na-bring up to nung isang tournament.
Mhm.
Kasi nakita nga ng mga, syempre mga nakaka-chismis namin ni JC. Parang, uy,
Mhm.
nakakatuwa naman. Marami ng matataas na belt dito sa Pilipinas.
Mhm.
Marami ng purple, marami ng brown, marami ng black.
Mhm.
So ngayon, there are several ways of answering this question.
Mhm.
Pero para sa akin kasi, it's best to ask the first homegrown Filipino black belt who has the Gracie lineage. Okay? Chief, para rin sa education ng maraming tao, how does one get promoted to black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Okay, number one, you have to have the experience, you have to have the technical knowledge, and you have to be able to perform. For the longest time, no, when we were in the States, idol namin yung mga purple belt, blue belt, because it was such a hard belt to get. As in, ganon. It's also in the Philippines for a long time kasi wala masyadong black belt dati. Ang ganda ng level because you would only be promoted pag dumarating yung black belt nila dito. Okay? So talagang it was really something exclusive na when you get promoted. Talagang alam mo. But now, of course, na dumami yung mga black belt, you know, it's really, really bad. I remember Carlson Gracie a long time ago saying, you know what, these black belts don't know how to fight in the street. They get a fight in the street, they get their asses kicked. And then, 1 second, guys. Ayel, you gotta get out of here.
Ayan, yung world champion.
Gulo.
Ang gulo ng world champion. Okay,
Okay.
Chief. Carlson
Alright, so-
Gracie.
Okay, so Carson Gracie said that, you know, these black belts don't know how to defend themselves in the street. I said, impossible naman yata yun. But yun pala, I see it right now. Like 60 to 70 to 80% of the black belts you see right now, I'm not kidding, they will not last in the street. They'll get their asses kicked. The reason being is, Jiu-Jitsu before was synonymous with MMA. Ang nangyari was, Jiu-Jitsu deviated and of course did their own thing, which is fine. I love the technical progress. But what happened was it became so far away from fighting on this, you know, actually defending yourself. And what's worse now is you see people like, I saw this clip of this brown belt who probably, you know, never fought in his life, teaching self-defense. My God, eh, kung ginawa ng babae yan, patay siya. I mean, you know, it's like
Nakita
that.
ko rin.
And
Patay
right
nga
now,
siya pag nangyari.
right now, a lot of people are negotiating their black belts. Gawin mo na lang to. Kasi before, also in the States, when nauso yung Jiu-Jitsu, a lot of Brazilians were purple belts in the plane. Pagdating nila ng US, black belt na. Okay? So I never thought that would happen here. Kasi, you know, we police each other. I've seen people promote themselves na walang promote. People not allowed to promote, nagpo-promote. Now, you have to ask a question, no? A black belt is not a weapon. It's not a gun. It's nothing. It's just a piece of cloth. It doesn't mean you're anybody. In the end, if you're a black belt and you lose to blue belts, kaya ka. I mean, you're a fraud. And you know, and there's so many now. It's really, really terrible. I thought, you know, you see, daming black belts. Hindi. Ayun na. Supot yung mga yan. They're not really black belts. I mean, I know who the real black belts are here, and I respect a lot of them. But when I see black belts who negotiated their black belt, nakikita ko parang,
Easy,
Tapos
Chief.
kung-
Easy.
kung di ba,
Baka
kung umasta
madulas.
sila, kala mo naman napakagalit. Dahil batukan ko yung mga yan. I mean, it's
Pero
really
Chief,
bad.
technically, like, what do you, kasi ako ang alam ko, you have to be, narinig ko yan kay Marcelo Garcia, you have to be at least 9 years a black belt, third degree, tama ba?
Yeah. Third degree before you promote others. Yeah, to black.
Yan.
That's the IBJJF guidelines. So, okay. Another thing also, what's this? The Gracies before also said, look at these people. They're giving people black belts just so their affiliates and their associations grow. So, in the States, nangyari yan kasi big money yan eh. So, they would give a black belt to this guy. Okay, you go there, put your association, ikaw na. O ikaw, bibigyan din kitang black belt para may association ako dito. And I never thought I would see that here. Ang dami. I was like, wow. Now, okay. Now, not all black belts are here. There's so many legit black belts here, by the way, okay? But, what do you call that? Ang dami rin, my God. Putang na, hindi ka black belt. Pero kung umasta ka, buto, grabe.
Lahat ng gamit black belt. Lahat ng gamit.
Lahat ng gamit. Ganyan. Tapos tingnan mo yung tenga niya. Wow, ang linis ah. Mukhang never ka nagkakoli sa buong buhay mo ah. Ang linis. Okay, so but that's not the gauge. I mean, the gauge is really okay. When you're a black belt, you're everybody will remember what you do as a black belt because that's the last belt you will have. So just like when you die, people remember how you touched their lives. So when you're a black belt, aside from getting the technical ability, being a good leader, always constantly learning so you can give something to your students, you have to bring up your students and make them good people as well. Kasi kung ikaw, for example, if you're a black belt, you're fake, or you're a fraud, or you negotiated your black belt, there's nothing good that you can impart to your students kasi peke ka eh.
Mhm.
Diba? When you train, everybody can see it. I mean, just the other day, I saw this fat fuck. He got a fucking purple belt na, from doing nothing. I was like, wow. What do you call that? That's ridiculous. I mean, how did you get a
Wow,
purple
kasi
belt?
Chief,
You
kilala ko
can't even do a forward roll. Diba?
kilala ko.
Ganon.
Nakita ko yun. Nakita ko yun.
Yeah. Grabe. I mean, I was like, wow. Okay, I guess I can't name names, but if you were in a different strategy, I'd name names because I don't want to mess up your show either.
Oh,
But
man.
but
Chief,
it's like that. Eh.
tawag dito, yung isang naalala ko na, yung isang in-expose mo na
Yes.
black belt na fake. Yung fake black belt dun sa Bicol. Apparently, Chief,
I
buhay
found
pa rin
out,
pala yun.
buhay
Nakita
pa
ni
rin siya,
JC, buhay pa. Kasi,
May gym pa na affiliated sa kanya hanggang ngayon. The others have moved on, have affiliated to legit teams, pero may iba na under pa rin sa kanya.
grabe.
I do
Doon mo
not
rin talaga
understand that.
nakikita na,
Yeah.
grabe.
Actually, I never understood that either. But martial arts is all about marketing.
Mhm.
Mm.
It's all about marketing and how you make the people feel. So kung magaling ka mambola, magaling ka sa male stock, people don't apparently, But in the end, when you look at yourself in the mirror, every day, hopefully they look at themselves in the mirror because so they look halfway decent when they go out. But when they look in the mirror, you will know what you've been through, what you've done to accomplish that, and don't misrepresent yourself. There's so many now. Imagine nagpo-promote ng sarili tapos ang gagawin makipag-affiliate sa States or sa Brazil. Yung mga yan sa States and Brazil wala namang pakialam yan eh. Basta bigyan mo sila ng pera o sige, affiliate ka na. And then us yung mga people who are not in the not in the know here. Affiliate naman pala sa States. But what you don't know, when you're an affiliate, it means number one, you're giving money to that person to carry their name. That's one. But two, to have an affiliate like that, you have to make sure that you're really embedded with that person. You're learning their techniques. You're constantly learning. May ugnayan kayo. You guys work together. Hindi yung, bayaran kita ganito for the month. Basta dalhin ko yung tapos when I post sa Facebook, sasabihin ko, affiliate kita. Ganon. So, ang daming ganon na ngayon. Imagine, what do you call that? It's really bad. It's really bad. There's but at the same time, the techniques, the blue belts, the white belts are so much better than 5 to 10 years ago. They're so much better. Ang gagaling na nila. Okay, so that's that. I guess as something grows bigger, it tends to attract more idiots, more goofs, more pretenders, and everything. Mangyayari yan. But I think to all the legit black belts in the country, not just from our team, the legit black belts are the mga ganyan. Okay, let's make sure that we always protect what all of us work for. Okay, this is our community. Okay, I'm not just saying that, let's just make sure that, there's nothing we can do. Nandiyan na yung mga peke, nandun na yung mga pretenders, yung mga negotiated black belts, ganyan. Wala tayong magawa dyan eh. But what we should do is in our own camps, let's make sure that we always maintain the highest standards and the highest quality. Yeah, we have to uphold the tradition. Or else, magiging tayo, like what happened to the other classical arts. Diba? Bilang, diba? The effectivity, and it's not respected anymore. So later on, nobody will respect a Jiu-Jitsu black belt because, everybody will have a black belt na. Kahit hindi. Okay? But the problem lang is, Jiu-Jitsu is one of the most real martial arts. You're constantly tested. So if your black belt doesn't roll, doesn't spar, then alam ko.
Patay tayo dyan.
Ito pala yung mga sinasabi na negotiated. Okay, ito. Okay, I'll give you guys an example. This is what one person can do. I'm gonna, without any training, I just know some terms and I can just mabobola ko ng 8 people. Ito yung blueprint para maging isang peke na black belt. Okay, listen up guys. Okay, you get 8 people. Kunyari estudyante mo sila, magtayo ka ng gym, magsuot ka ng purple belt. Okay? Now, ang gagawin mo ngayon is mag-affiliate ka sa isang tao. Oh, gusto ko maging affiliate sa'yo sa States or sa Brazil. They don't know you. Oh, you pay them. O affiliate ka na nila. Doon ka na magpa-promote. Irig ka. That's exactly what's happening here.
Diba? And sakto, Chief, may natutunan naman yung mga tao ngayon at bagong term daw sa'yo. Ayan, ha.
May nagtatanong na iba kung kilala daw ba nila yun.
Ayan, sa comment section nga, may nagbabanggit na Chief. Ito wala kaming binabanggit, walang sinabi si Chief, wala ako sinabi. Yung comment section, ayan, nilalaglag ng mga tasok. Kaya ang hirap nitong show na to Kaya ang hirap nitong show na to talaga di ba? Di ba? So now Chief, on a more serious note, what happens to the students who are gonna be affiliated with these types of black belts or at least coaches? Wag na natin i-black belts, coaches.
Kawawa
Diba?
sila.
Ilahat natin, di ba?
Kawawa sila. They wasted their time, their money, and then lahat ng effort nila, lahat ng sacrifice nila, mapupunta sa wala. It's just the reality of it because you're being taught by a fake. Diba? He may have gotten a blue belt and pretends to be a black belt, but then he's still fake. So,
yun yung mahirap dun That's why it's good to look at the guidelines ni IBJJF, di ba?
Yes.
Or ano ba yung guidelines of paano ba maging black belt talaga? Kasi it's going to be a problem. This is something that I never thought would happen. Lineage pa. Lineage pa, di ba? So it's going to be a growing problem knowing na jiu-jitsu's increasing in popularity. There are a lot of gyms that are being set up, which is good for the community. It's good for the people. Pero yun yung medyo, that's the other spectrum na ngayon na parang, okay, there's going to be a problem with regards to coaching. And then there's going to be a rising problem later on. Feeling ko lalaki pa to Like, there will be people who will join for the sake of like the rank and the prestige and yung makapag-flex lang yan na blue belt ako sa jiu-jitsu, purple belt ako sa jiu-jitsu.
2023
may isa pa nga I saw, pinakita sa akin na kunyari may hinuli daw siyang hold-upper. Tapos
alam ko yan!
Ano ba? Kung totoong hold-upper yan, patay siya. Binidyo pa niya yung hold-upper. Kung totoong hold-upper yan, patay yan. Napakasupot ng tao na yan. Tapos kunyari may paano. Diba? I mean, cannot be. Ganyan.
What about, Chief, yung mga coaches or higher belts that don't like to spar? Or that don't like to spar?
Okay, maybe at a certain age, that's fine. Okay, because there's wear and tear. Like, example, John Danaher. Okay, he's the greatest mind ever. When I trained with him when I was a purple belt, he didn't spar already even back then. So I was always wondering why. But then, I didn't know about his injuries. So that's fine. And but your black belt, you always have to be tested. That's why there's stripes on your black belt because you're constantly learning. People think that the black belt is the end. No, that's the beginning. If you got your black belt legitimately, I mean, that's your time now to continue learning and understanding jiu-jitsu. Because now that you know the fundamentals, the broad spectrum of things, now you can begin to understand what jiu-jitsu is really about. And if you understand what really jiu-jitsu is really about, you'll see how infinite it is. Grabe. So much to learn, and you cannot learn all of that in this lifetime. Ganun siya.
Diba? JC, last question for Chief.
Hindi ko alam kung pwede ko itanong.
Without mentioning names.
Teka, iisipin ko muna.
Paano natin mamask yung mga ganito? Yung iba kasi, Chief, kaya hawak namin yung mga telepono namin. Ang daming nagme-message bigla.
May mga nagme-message mga about this stuff
lalo na, si Chief kasi nilaglag yung mga peking black.
How do you know?
Well, alam ko na. Yung about this viral old Filipino master in Canada teaching. I'm not sure if you've seen that already. FMA grandmaster daw siya, but he teaches techniques that can counter a lot of jiu-jitsu techniques daw. Tapos pinagtatawanan siya lahat. Inaantay ko na nga lumabas sa was that
yung kay McDojo Live.
McDojo. Inaantay ko na lang siya lumabas sa McDojo Live kasi he's been teaching weird stuff. Parang medyo nakakahiya for the FMA community kasi the man teaches FMA tapos he teaches FMA that can counter Jiu-Jitsu daw.
Ayan, actually, Chief, ayan, alam din ni
Kasi
Chief yan.
big-
Kasi for people who don't know, okay?
Because
So si Chief, hindi lang sa
FMA.
sport aspect ng martial arts. Yeah, DefTac has also a combat aspect, yung combatives. So definitely, yan, Chief, anong insights mo dyan?
Okay, if you think Jiu-Jitsu is bad, you should see FMA. Kasi sa FMA, if you look at FMA, kunyari, there's so many
Papaaway na
styles
naman
there.
tayo nito, Chief eh. Papaaway tayo nito sa labas eh.
Okay lang. I mean,
Sabi ko eh.
people have to hear the reality naman eh. So, we have one of the most deadliest and most effective martial arts, but we also have the biggest number of fakes, even more than Jiu-Jitsu. Because sa Jiu-Jitsu kasi, there's sometimes that you really have to prove yourself on the mat. Sa FMA, hindi. Sabihin mo, nako, sobrang delikado ng tinuturo ko. Kutsilyo tinuturo ko, magaling ako. So, hindi ko pwede gawin kasi baka mamatay ka. Oh, di ba? So,
Deadly raw, deadly.
Yes.
Yan yung the best, deadly. Masyadong deadly yung
Oh.
technique.
So,
Tapos exclusive lang sa amin tong
yeah.
yun. Kami lang. So, kunyari ako si Alvin Aguilar, may Aguilar style. Tapos ano ka? Grandmaster ng Aguilar style. Wow. Okay, so mamaya may Rulloda. Oh, Grandmaster ka rin. Oh, Grandmaster ng Rulloda style. Ganun pala. So, puro ganyan. I mean, and then, if you read a book, there's a book that's actually published that said, there is a guy who swam in shark-infested waters so he could learn from a blind princess. And those are the techniques that are carried down to this day. I won't say the style. You can search that on the internet. That's actually true. Okay? Imagine, you swam, shark-infested, lumangoy ka dun. Tapos pagdating mo dun, nagturo pa sa'yo bulag na babae. Pero princess naman. Di ba? That's true. So, if you know, ang dami talagang kwento
alam din ni
FMA.
Chief to, mga intergalactic yung ranks. Kasi si Tito Earl, alam ni Tito Earl yan. Okay.
One
Go,
kwento. Okay, may isang grandmaster. Sabi, okay, do you want to have a good grip? So, lahat naman kami, yes, I want to have a good, strong grip. So, like, okay, come here. Nagpamasahe. Ang dami kong kwento na ganyan.
Para alam ko yan. Yung may mga blessing din. Yan, delikado tayo dyan. Yung mga blessing na ganyan.
Delikado.
Pikit mo mata mo, be-bless kita. Yare! Okay. Before we let Chief go, kasi he's a busy guy and we have to...
Maaga pa tayo
bukas. Chief, how do I put this question? Sige, let's be specific with Jiu-Jitsu kasi we discussed promotions in Jiu-Jitsu because Jiu-Jitsu is also a very subjective martial art when it comes to promotions. Talagang it's hard to set guidelines. Ako, aminado ako doon. And when I talk to people, ganun din talaga yung reality. So if you're a new student, you're a student who wants to get into Jiu-Jitsu,
Yes.
how would you know kung legit yung school na pag-enrollan mo? How would you know? What questions could you ask? How could you check? What are the guidelines of a legitimate Jiu-Jitsu school with a legitimate lineage?
Okay, the first part is to check out the lineage. That's easy. They can easily search that on the internet. Tagang lineage. And then, for example, if they say that they're a affiliate of this person, try to look for pictures of how many times this guy actually trained with this person. Okay? Kung talagang may relationship sila.
Wala na.
O, di ba? So, doon pala, dami ng laglag, di ba? Okay, number two.
Kaya tayo nire-report, Chief eh.
Did we just put a lot of people out of business? No. Okay, number two. The track record of the school. The track record of the school. That's another thing. And then number three, when you're in the school, listen to the vibe and see how people treat you. Kung mayabang masyado yung instructor, mayabang yung mga tao doon, di ba? Or if look at, hindi ko binibida yung DefTac, but we've been around for like decades already, 30 years. And, 96-97% of us are still together. No, we got rid of all the trash. So, we're really close and we're really, really family. And people think, oh, it's like a cult already in there. Because we really support each other. So you have to be in an environment, whether it's DefTac or anywhere else, that people really support you genuinely. Hindi yung, kunyari, yung fake nice, oh, I wish that you could run, pero lumutang yan to, tinap ko na yung kanina, or yung mga ganun, di ba? So ganun. I mean, be in an environment that you think lets you grow. okay, and support. A lot of people will say, "Oh, I had to do this so I could grow." Ganyan, ganyan. Yeah, to each his own. But in the end, you will be the one responsible for how fast you will get your legitimate black belt. The instructor is just a guide. The instructor will just put on the belt when you are of the belt. Okay, you cannot, if you negotiate for your belt, you already know that you're not a belt.
Binigay kasi na awa sa'yo.
Oh, kunyari, o naawa sa'yo, nako, or they want to retain, kasi
Delikado.
ginagawa niya yun eh.
Delikado
para
tayo
ano,
dyan. Just
para
statement tayo.
laging-
Delikado
lagi
na
ako-
naman tayo dyan.
Para lagi ako may estudyante, ipopromote ko na to. Oh, di ba? And then the
Mm.
belt is always given. Okay? You never charge for it. If you're an instructor and you charge for the belt or you charge for stripes, that's not, no. No, it's true. Nobody does that. So, when you give the belt, it's you actually giving it. That's it.
Not even 8,000.
Yeah.
Alam mo, yung page ko,
Yeah.
You have to pay for your food.
goodbye
Kasi-
na to bukas.
Hindi, kasi ganito
Goodbye
yan, no?
na yung page
Kunyari, ako yung black belt instructor, di ba? Bukas, darating yung kaaway ko, yung Meralco, at saka yung Maynilad. Naku, magpo-promote na lang muna ako siguro bukas para, di ba?
Oy,
Yeah,
yung
yeah,
comment
those are the red
section,
flags.
Oy, tumigil kayo dyan. Huwag kayo magsalita ng
Mag-iipon na
academy.
daw sila.
Nag-iipon na. Mag-iipon na. Uy!
But,
Alam mo,
Wa-
Chip, gustong-gusto ko pag nandito ka, pero nervous din ako. So, at the same time.
hindi ko alam, may last question na lang ako, Chief.
Go.
Para
Okay,
medyo, I guess, kumalma ng konti yung mood. But ito kasi, it's been a topic time and again sa lahat, sa maraming groups on Facebook, kahit dati pa eh. What do you think about belt chasers?
Oh, the
Ay,
belt
that's a
chaser.
good question.
Yeah, okay.
It's a
Belt
good
chasers
question.
are the worst kind. Those are the worst kind. There's so many now. Those are the worst kind because you never earned it. Okay, if you negotiated for it, or if you're after a belt, because you remember when you're wearing the belt, remember you have to be able to defend that belt and show everybody you're of that level around the world. Hindi lang sa gym mo or hindi lang sa mga binobola mong tao, di ba? There's so many belt chasers. Like I was saying, that fat fuck I was talking about. The other day. Imagine you got a fucking purple belt. It's like, how? This
For
guy can't
showing
even do a
up.
front roll.
For showing up.
Oh, di ba? I mean, wow.
Attendance.
Yung iba, nag-cross-train lang. Pinabuti.
Ayun, okay, ito pa.
Oy,
Okay.
Oy, naririnig ka.
Oh, yeah. Kasi I got reminded of that. Yeah. Yung iba, yun nga, this is true, Some people, they're not even part of that team. Magko-cross-train to bibigyan ng belt. Diba? It's exactly what, so para malamaki yung association nila. That's irresponsible. That's very irresponsible. You should only give a belt to someone who's really your student. And who's of.
And you
And-
should accept the belt.
Yeah.
If
Nako, patay tayo dyan. Ang daming,
Oo nga eh.
tinamaan.
Dami ba tinamaan?
Dami
Dapat lang.
tinamaan
Ayun
doon.
na,
Yung comment section, Chip, balikan nyo mamaya sa
Oo.
Facebook, Chip. Tignan mo mamaya
I
yung
guess it's the reality
ang
of the community
Oh.
ngayon eh.
Diba? And it's also
Unfortunate.
good. I think people putting their comments and their insights sa comment section, we're on Facebook and on YouTube, by the way, goes to show that there are people na they know what's the real deal. Diba? They know na, okay, it's a good sign. For me, it's a good sign. Kahit na medyo sasabog yung reporting natin mamaya, kahit papano, ayan. Nako, tignan mo to, Chip, ilagay lang natin. Wala namang pangalan eh.
Sige.
Walang pangalan, pero nakita mo, alam mo kagad eh. Alam niya,
Natawa ako.
alam nating lahat to. Alam na. Diba?
Kunyari na lang, hindi ko
at
alam
least
yun.
kahit paano, medyo, ito yung mga glimmer of hope ko na at
Mm.
least hindi bulag yung mga tao from within the community. Diba? They
Yes.
kinda know na kita mo, URCC lang pinag-uusapan namin kanina, napunta tayo sa chismis portion ng promotion. Kita mo to, sabi ko sa'yo, pag nagdire-diretso tayo dito, yari eh. Diba? O, tignan mo to. Chief, tignan mo to. Ayan, o. Grabe tong episode. Ayan, o.
May tanong si Prof. Dwayne eh.
Chief, Teka
Oh.
lang. Chief, balik ka raw ba next Monday for another chismesan? Pag may channel pa po kami.
Hindi pa kami nare-report.
Kasi kanina ba, yung mga binabanggit nito kanina. Mukha ko na lang, teka
Wala
lang.
namang pangalan.
Walang pangalan.
Buti na lang.
Buti na lang walang pangalan kasi kung hindi, Diyos ko Lord.
Oh,
Okay.
para at least safe yung show natin.
Oo, di ba? Kahit pa paano. So,
Imagine kung face-to-face na live episode to kasama natin.
wala tayong tigil dito. Hindi ko mapepreno to.
We
Oh,
will
tapos
work
walang
on making
kanta.
that happen.
Tapos pag live, tapos may beer pa, nako.
Patay tayo
Nako.
dyan.
Laglagan na talaga.
Laglaga na talaga to. Chief, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Thank you so
again.
much.
It's always a
Mm.
pleasure to have you over on the show. Please, where can people find you? Where can people follow you? Ayan din pala si Chief, most reported page. Ilang beses ni-report yung Instagram at Facebook nito. As in, pinatanggal.
Grabe.
Dahil, di ba, for the community. So Chief, again, thank you so much for being on the show. It's always a pleasure. It's an honor always to have you over. We'll see you tomorrow. Where can people find you?
And real quick, I'd just like to thank you guys for everything you do for the community. All of your efforts, not just helping jiu-jitsu, wrestling, MMA, boxing. When you guys give awareness, you really help the athletes and you help the country as a whole. And thank you very much for all you do for the combat
Thank you,
sports in
Chief.
this country.
Okay. Where can people find you, Chief? Please, social media mo para people
All right,
can follow you
my,
there.
My Instagram is Chief Alvin Aguilar, and then of course just search Alvin Aguilar on Facebook. I'm right there.
TikTok.
Yeah, and I have TikTok, by the way. So
Hala, ito na.
Alvin
Ito na.
Aguilar too.
Alvin Aguilar
Ito na.
knows on TikTok,
Diba?
but I don't dance. Kumakanta lang ako doon.
Oh, medyo nakakatakot na yun. Ako magre-report sa page mo pag nakita ko sumayaw ka.
Collab daw kayo ni Franco.
Never nyo kami makikita dyan. Never talaga. Never. Okay? Chief Alvin Aguilar, just type in Alvin Aguilar on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, URCC, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
And Kalye Tactico.
And Kalye Tactico, okay? Yung mga combatives or MMA, FMA fans, if you want to learn Kalye Tactico on Facebook as well. President and URCC founder, first ever, okay? Legitimate Filipino black belt in the Philippines in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Alvin Aguilar, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you so much for your time. We will see you
guys.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Bye,
See you
Chief.
tomorrow, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Ayan, so ayan, nakita
Oo.
nyo naman mga kaibigan, 'di ba?
Oh.
'Di ba? Legit, okay? Legit po. Okay? So everyone, we will see you tomorrow. Xylo BGC for URCC
Medyo
86.
maraming nangyari doon.
Medyo maraming nangyari sa
Again,
atin.
we
ngayon.
are at MC Cycles.
We are
in
inside.
Green
We are
Hills.
broadcasting live inside MC Cycles and
In
Dojo,
Dojo
Garage
Garage.
here in Green Hills on 1. So make sure you follow them on Facebook and Instagram para makita nyo po.
And if you're interested to get Vespas and big bikes, this is...
Saka paabot
one of the
nga,
places to
paabot
go.
ng mga ano nila dyan. Kinuha ko yung kanina.
Oo nga.
Kinuha ko yung
Ayun
kanina.
yan.
So, when you go over Dojo Garage, ayan po, ito, meron silang flyer na napakaganda. So, I will read. So, the sports programs for kids. Okay, we have Jiu-Jitsu, we have wrestling, Judo, Taekwondo, Muay Thai, Gymnastics, and Karate. So, Dojo Garage is in Unit 1R, ground floor of the Uriana Design Center, 59 Connecticut Street, Green Hills, San Juan. So you can just Waze or Google Maps Dojo Garage. Okay, maraming salamat po.
Yes.
Yan, kita nyo, this is very, very
And,
nice. Tsaka grabe yung kids class dito. Napakarami, napakasaya. Even the parents are enjoying everything that the kids are doing.
And bukod sa Vespas pala, ito pa yung ibang available nila dito na binibenta na scooters. There are also big bikes here. Wala kasing picture dito, but
pero
yun nga,
grabe.
may XSR 900, may Yamaha MT-09, may BMW R1250, may X-Town 300 na Kimco.
Tsaka napakaganda ng lugar.
Ang ganda ng
gym,
lugar.
ang ganda ng lugar. There's a coffee shop here. So for the parents, ginagawa nila while the kids are playing. Nasa coffee shop sila. They drink coffee. They hang out with the other parents. And
it's a very homey
it's a very homey vibe. So medyo solid si Dojo Garage at si MC Cycles. Tsaka yung kids program nila, it's such a huge program na I mean probably all lahat nagko-compete, nakakatuwa, and they're all winning. Yun ang ano doon. Diba? So please, everybody, Dojo Garage here in Green Hills, MC Cycles here in Green Hills. Thank you so much for watching and staying with us, everybody. Thank you for your patience. Medyo,
Yes.
this is our first this is our first
Medyo
on-site broadcast.
nagkaroon ng bumps in the road, pero at least naitawid natin. And if you're interested in sponsoring an episode like this, na pupunta kami at your location,
Just
we can
send us
do
a
that and
message.
send us a message
Send
and
us a
we'll talk about
message.
that.
So thank you for this episode sponsor, MC
Mhm.
Cycles and Dojo Garage. Huge shout out, Damsa Abrenica. Mag-training ka na,
Mm.
Damsa.
Oo.
Upakan mo yung mga tao doon sa yung YouTubers na boxing or yung YouTubers na bare
Bare
knuckle.
knuckle.
Ito sa
Oo.
URCC. Tingin ko kaya mo,
Oo.
sumali ka doon. Kaya mo yung mga upakan mo lahat yan
May
doon.
kamay ka naman
May
talaga.
kamay ka
eh.
naman talaga eh. Okay. So everybody, thank you so much. This is our first of many. Okay, marami na naman
First of many.
many
yes.
on-site. So nakita nyo naman, ang ganda ng mga helmet sa likod namin. Pinakita namin.
Bell helmets.
Showed you a few helmets.
May
Showed you a few,
Arai, may
few of
HJC,
the
a lot of,
jackets here. Di ba?
brands.
Ayan, yung mga tao mag-live. MC, mag-live selling na raw kami ng helmets dito. Message mag-live selling na kayo ng add to cart daw.
Wala
Okay.
kaming yellow basket eh.
Okay. So everybody, thank you so much for watching and listening, staying with
Si
us.
Coach Pat.
Di ba? Ay, oo. Ito si Coach Pat. Yummy niya po na. Yummy ka rin,
Oo.
Coach Pat. Okay. Thank you so much. This has been Combat
Mhm.
Sports Weekly Live. This is Coach Franco Rulloda. With me is JC Reyes of Destroy MNL. We will see you tomorrow, Zylo Bill JC for URCC 86. Bye-bye, everybody. And we out.